that I think we deserve to see today. Aurora, by the way, hasn't been picked or banned today for the whole day. So, there are so many options still available, even though we're in game 3 already.
They're going for the same bans yet again. Jimada, I need your clairvoyance.
Yeah,
Vi adaptation.
Let's see what they're willing to ban away here. I mean, Vi first ban, no Skarner. They're not gonna do a Skarner gambit, right? Like I'm surely we've learned, like, normally it's almost just like an accepted thing. Skarner is just the first red side ban because it's just that's what it is.
It's not gonna go through.
It's not gonna go through.
No, there is no way.
It's
but
just
Wukong is available.
True.
Thank you. Wukong is available. K'Sante continues to be banned on blue side here by Ruddy, so not willing to first pick it. And with the Yone ban, I expect this to be a Wukong from Ruddy. It's the champion that they prioritize the most when it comes to jungle when you end up in these kind of situations. And it seems to be the first pick. Now it's up to Lightside. What answer they have, not only in the jungle with, the Vi ban also there, but in terms of what they prioritize in the AD slot, I think is going to be the thing that I'm tracking most eagerly. Because like we said, we've seen a 4-game series already out of Rusty, eventually leaned on that Zeri.
Oh,
Caitlyn,
no,
Caitlyn, now, everyone calm down, because the Caitlyn game wasn't good, but the reason why the Caitlyn game wasn't good, in my mind, was more because of the weird support matchup prior that they ended up doing. If they've learned from their mistakes yesterday, this can be fine. They can actually go as far as last picking Leo Lacargo's pick if Ruddy called that support matchup just to get counterpick. That's what you want out of the Caitlyn lane. You want as much pressure as possible. The support matchup normally gets you that priority. Caitlyn is like an extra 0.5 of a champion by herself. If you get her a positive support matchup, it gets even more oppressive. Sejuani as the answer here to the Wukong. So looking like team fight is probably going to be on the cards for Lightside. But it's about what they pair in the solo lanes. Specifically, I think mid lane as kind of the bridge to make sure they can constantly play towards Rusty Sniper on the bottom side of the map.
I was thinking about this. You go for the Ashe, and on the other side, okay, you can even steal the Braum. And if Sejuani and Braum, that's a perma CC capability, and you take away the Braum from the Ashe. But Rumble, Ashe, and Wukong, good luck.
Yeah. You don't get out of that alive. There is a lot of setup. There is a lot of engage from Rusty's from Rusty's side. There is the thing is, Lightside right now need to answer with team fight composition of their own, because otherwise you don't do anything with this Wukong. Otherwise this Wukong is going to have pretty much a free pass into your composition. And I love this Rakan picked for them. I was really looking forward to seeing Rakan finally, because I believe yesterday we didn't even have a chance to see him being picked. He was banned once, but that's pretty much it. But here right now, we have the opportunities for both engage and disengage, depending on what the enemy team is going to be throwing at Lightside.
I'll be honest, frankly, though, I don't know how much of a fan I am of the Rakan. I think, realistically, you don't want Ruddy to have it, but I don't know if it warrants a pick. That's kind of where my mindset's at. To me, you want counterpick in a Caitlyn lane, in the support role if you can help it. You have the Sejuani. I think you're already looking at Rumble. Why not just answer the top lane, right? It's a pretty freebie answer. Look for something on 4 for Harbour if you're comfortable with him blinding, and then, you can ban away the Rakan, if anything. But it seems like they want the priority on these ban away from leader's champion pool, and I get it, because the mid lane matchup has looked rough. I'm just not sure now how much, pressure the bottom lane is going to be able to generate, because Rakan is just not a strong laner, comparatively to the other side now, where Ruddy not tanking any support bans. Huston could go towards something like the Renata as an example. Strong lane, good team fight setup in terms of dealing with the engage that Lightside now have, and I think they're laughing. I think they're really, really happy and comfortable with that.
Do you go for the Braum? Is this a reply on the side of Ruddy? Amumu.
Wait, Amumu?
Oh, is
okay?
This
So either you can put Sejuani top.
You can.
Okay. We've seen Amumu top, but didn't work. So Sejuani top is a big one.
Sejuani top used to be the thing, like 2 years ago, if I recall correctly. She was really big on the top lane.
In other lane swap, you can survive a lot. Tell me, Jamila.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious about how it will pan out in terms of the 1v1, because Rumble, of course, normally has pretty good matchups into tanks. But Sejuani's base damages are pretty high for a laner. Like, they're actually pretty obnoxious at times. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that can kind of go a bit toe-to-toe with this Rumble, and really kind of set him, if not, even, which is kind of behind for Rumble standards, but actually behind, as Ruddy are hovering over this Galio, and they will lock it in. And that does really put a lot of pressure on, you know, to me, the Rumble to get ahead, or Jankos to really set up team fights efficiently, because you've got a lot of big circles on the floor, a lot of big ultimates, but there's no strong central damage dealer for Ruddysack right now. On the opposite side, Lightside have an opportunity to lock in a damage dealer for Harbo, and they're going to have Rusty Sniper on the Caitlyn. Oh
no, we lost it.
Yes! I
Just
love
like
it. It's my second Swain game here at NLC. I couldn't be happier. But listen, hey, apart from me fangirling, it actually makes so much sense here. Because you look at Ruddysack right now, they want to be engaging, all of them. Even Ash is going to be helping with the engaging, even though she will try, of course, to stay out of their harm's way. What does Swain love the most? He loves when people go all in onto him, because then he just props the ultimate and he survives for God knows how long. At the same time, we have Amumu, who is happy with enemies engaging into him. We have Rakan, who is really fine with enemies engaging into him. We have Caitlyn, who is okay in this situation. We have Sejuani, who can be the one who will turn the fight around and start the re-engage of her own. I like this. I think this last pick of the Swain for Lightside actually is the last missing puzzle for Lightside to be a good composition.
Well, you hear the music. We're about to jump into third game. This one will put a team close to moving on and the other one to get out. I need just a name of who you think is going to make it.
Swain.
So LLS for you,
I'm
Solari, okay?
I'm liking Lightside's draft more, and I wonder how shaken Ruddysack actually are after that game too. It's about the bounce back to me and the mentality that Ruddysack actually look at this game with.
It's looking heated up. The desk is changing. The desk is changing. So with that in mind, it's time to see what happens within the Rift. Without further ado, take away Arotzi and then the casters. Oh my.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the Caster Desk, where myself and Troublelink have just about calmed down after that game 2, raring to go for a third one. And surprise, it's all to play for here, right? Winner of this game goes to match points. And I was hearing from the analysts that we're preferring the Lightside draft, so potential for them to be 2-1 in this series.
I feel like Lightside have found a formula that they're willing to play around, and that's everything in Rusty's basket. We'll pick 4 tanks that'll just be sitting around you, and you do the DPS. However, I do not think that Caitlyn can do the same thing that Jhin can do, and from the same range that Jhin does it. Now, here is the potential for a lane swap, I thought, from LLS, because they've got mega tanky members all across the board. And the most important thing that I feel like Jamada highlighted over in the draft as well is the fact that Caitlyn usually wants a support that will give her priority in lane. Milio Ash are going to absolutely demolish that Caitlyn Rakan lane early. You've got slow in your autos, plus the burn, plus level 6. If the ult from Rakan doesn't hit the Milio, you get a chance for a cleanse onto Ash as well. I actually thought, we talked about this, that the Milio was going to end up on Rusty's side, or together with the Caitlyn, to gain some of that dominance in lane, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Leo Lucago, though, had some pretty exceptional engages on the Rel in the previous game, so the champion a bit more of that ilk, probably more comfortable for him at the very least. And hey, if you're able to get onto this Ash and this Milo in the backline, you're going to be able to blow them up pretty damn quickly. Okay. Swain, not a pick that we see all that often, though.
Let's say we're going to game 4. There's not that many engaged champions left. Middle call in the bot lane.
Yeah.
So, oh, here we go. All right.
Oh my word, we're just fighting at the level 1, I guess. Rusty Sniper benefiting from the bonus headshots, but he just can't hit Hums. Oh no! Oh, that's quite bad. That's really quite bad for the Lundqvist Lightside bot lane. First blood going over to the hand of Hums.
I mean, we said it. You start with E onto Emilio. You pop the shield. You've got 2 of them. You pop the shield onto Ashe. She has the burn. She has the extra shield for survivability. This lane is so freakishly strong. Plus, they dumped all the damage onto Emilio, and Haslin right here very cleverly. He has bone plating onto this Emilio. So great stuff. Great stuff, honestly. The 1v1 is just unbeatable, especially in the early.
Yeah, they were initially focusing Hustling and swapping it back onto Hums. Feel like maybe if they'd kept that priority on the enemy support, then they could have at least gotten a kill out of that situation. But this is a very bad spot to be in, especially when there's so much focus on getting Rusty Sniper ahead and allowing him to carry you to victory.
I mean, to be fair, you were never winning the lane to begin with. The one saving grace for us as Sniper is that for Caitlyn and all Caitlyn lanes, if you lose your flash early on, you're done for. Very importantly, that there, Rusty Sniper realized that he is going down, so he did end up keeping his summoner so they can at least try to exert some pressure so that both of the junglers are actually heading towards the bot side of the map. So important to stabilize that bot side. Ashe, very immobile. Caitlyn needs to be pushing and not lose a lot of that early game spike that she has. Now Leader,
I love this from Leader.
solved in his lane. Finding Highbridge.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to steal this blue away, but by just interrupting Highbridge's path down into the bot lane, it means that that 2v2 is going to remain isolated, and with the advantage that Hums and Hustlin have, it's going to be doing well for them as, oh no, Highbridge has massively overstepped here, has to flash away. Does retain his life, but the early game looking pretty shaky for Lightside in game 3.
And that's going to be double scuttle for Jankos, 100%. You head towards the top side of the map, look at Wonder. He's actually pissed. I believe, especially today, Wonder is probably the best performing member of Ruddy. Oh, hold on. Hums is taking a little bit of a beating right there, but Jankos is still around.
He's around. Rusty Sniper still has a flash. That's a very good placement of the grand entrance there from Leo Lucago just to prevent Jankos from moving in, but still need to be wary of the Wukong.
There's flash.
Has the flash, has the gap closes. Rusty Sniper has a fair bit of HP now, and Jankos able to just clone himself away as Harbo has just solo killed Leader. Forget everything I was just talking about. Wonder now going to get stunned in the top lane. Doesn't have the flash. Hybrid missing with the bandage toss. Wonder looking to turn it around. Gets hit with the second proc of the bandage toss and goes down. Wait! And Rusty's just killed Jankos! Lundqvist Lightside! I said the early game was shaky. Screw that. They are winning.
Okay, but hold on a moment, because we've been talking and criticizing Ruddy for not necessarily playing macro correctly, getting overzealous, they overextend, they end up getting caught. Let me remind you, though, that was the way that game 2 started, getting one too many kills over to Sniper, face-checking one too many bushes. Hopefully we'll get our answer right here, and oh, Jankos is backing on a ward, actually. Pretty sure he's been spotted right there. You see Rusty very, very low on HP, but it doesn't matter because they end up getting a fantastic combo onto Jankos. That's a sacrificial monkey right there. But again, that's 3 kills. And honestly, you gotta feel good for Harbo because he's been getting absolutely bullied for 2 games now from Wonder and from Leader in particular in that mid lane. Getting a little bit of that revenge back on that mid.
Absolutely. Lightside find themselves completing that first feat of strength in a real position of power as it stands. Significant CS advantage for their mid laner. Deficit in the top side, but equalized by the assist gold. And Highbridge is just going to look for Jankos here, who goes further into the pit. Still has the flash. Lilacargo is going to be able to knock him up. Highbridge follows him over. It's another kill for Rusty Sniper. Lundqvist Lightside in game 3 of the series are just playing better.
There's just no setup from Ruddy. Jankos starting the objective, but no one has prior to dip into the river to play together with the jungler. Jankos ends up all alone, overextended, dashes through the wall. But guess what? Lilacargo is literally waiting for him behind the pit and ends up going down. LLS, what a fantastic start. We literally criticized from desk and here the fact that Rakan doesn't necessarily win lane, and you want to be winning when you have Caitlyn in the early game. They have found a way to get Rusty ahead in this matchup too.
Absolutely incredible. I want to give a shout out to Winter though as well. Really didn't say his name all that much in the previous game. but he didn't die all that much, and he was a consistent presence in the team fights. There's a lot to be said for a player who is able to accept and recognize his role in the team. He's not the one that's getting 28 kills, but he's on these engaged champions. He's going to be providing a load of tank and threat on this Sejuani for his team to clean up the kills.
EU and top laners. Name a more iconic duo, huh? But indeed, Winter, all he has to do is neutralize Wonder up in the top lane. And I feel like Solari mentioned it on the desk as well. It's like, get him on a tank. That's where he shines. And he truly does. Neutralizing the best performing player of Ruddy today is all you have to do. Make sure that he's not connected in the fights, that he's not getting ahead, especially when he's playing things. Well, the Aatrox did get ahead, but things like the Rumble right now as well, which is one of his most played champions too. So, excellent spot right there. Also, middle caught onto Winter. And let's see if Rusty Sniper is going to actually be able to keep that presence up. Still has that flash. Again, this is so important for Caitlyn. Keep that flash in lane so she can be able to be as aggressive as possible and as overextended as you want to be to make sure that you have that presence down bottom.
Oh, Leader going in for a very aggressive trade versus Winter. Jankos is in the area. They've baited in the Lightside top laner. Tries to dash away. He's not going to be able to find any safety whatsoever. Ruddy answer back with a kill onto the enemy top.
Yeah, very needed by Jankos right there as well. Deaths in the early game have put him quite behind. However, as you can see, Hybrid sees that Jankos is over on the top side of the map. He does have his jungle available in the top quadrant as well. The Hybrid is going to start Dragon. He does have the support of his mid laner and his bot lane. But not much contention is going to come through from the side of RS. It's going to be a free neutral objective for LLS.
They did have vision. They saw that whole thing going down as Hums opens up in the bot lane. Still the level 6 advantage over Rusty Sniper, but Highbridge making his way in. Hustling doesn't have the ult yet. Gets an interrupt. The flash! Curse of the Sad Mummy hits onto absolutely no one. Very well played by the Ruddy Sack supporters. Lightside pull the trigger, but they are firing blanks.
That Q from Milio was so important right there to make sure that Hums had enough time to flash away from a double stun from the Curse of a Sad Mummy. So, excellent stuff right there from Haslin. Little bit of a whoopsie. Game number 2. LLS, they're looking.
Oh, he's looking for it. They go straight on to Haslin, who pops the ultimate just in time. Hums starting to turn it around. No Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Jankos in the area, spotted by a ward. A little bit less in terms of kills, but we are absolutely not bereft of action in this game.
And that's what LLS have been doing so well this whole time. They know that Ruddy Sack are going to reply to that aggression. If LLS is stronger, they can take them down. That's exactly what they did in game number 2. They had a bunch of tanks, Rusty fed on the 80 carry, and that's exactly what they're doing again. They're throwing their tanky bodies over Ruddy Sack, and they know that Ruddy Sack is not going to back off. There's been a lot of times where you just have to weigh your situations. When can you go in? When can you take the fights? Right here, we see Ruddy Sack actually already committed to the play. They have transferred the entire map over to the top side. Now even Wonder is going to TP over in the middle, and they're going to contest the second spawn of Warriors.
Oh, this is risky for Lightside. They are missing some key ultimates. No Amumu ult, no Rakan ult. Leo Lucago played onto, but Leader doesn't quite get the taunt. Winter in the thick of things. Jankos going to be able to clone away. There goes the hero's entrance. Harbo trying to attack up as much as he can on the other side, but he can't keep Highbridge alive. Jankos falling low, but not quite falling down. The Swain just isn't dying. Leo Lucago getting the knock up. Hamza untouched on the side, able to rain down damage onto Rusty Sniper, but Harbo is still alive. Harbo is still alive. Wonder won't go down. The Swain just persisting through absolutely everything. Finally going to get taunted. Finally going to drop, but not before he takes out Jankos. Oh my goodness gracious me, what on earth is happening? Rusty Sniper! Oh, so close to taking out Wonder, but isn't quite able to do it. Ruddy Sack will win the fight, but they have to back away licking their wounds.
Hey, and if you thought the NLC, that's what it's all about, baby. Both teams down to scrap. But all credit goes to Harbo. So absolutely disgustingly tanky on this champion. Pops the ultimate, as Solari mentioned, over in the champ select as well, and tanks the entire world. And look at that, Hums is stuck He's gone through the wrong side. His positioning is not correct because you cannot walk up with Ashe. You might end up getting punished from all the tanky members and so much engage on the side of LLS. And then the second he goes in, he has to back out again because Harbo, not only is he tanky, he steals a shit ton of damage too.
Oh, it's absolutely disgusting. That fight should have gone worse for Lightside. Could have gone better for Lightside.
Oh my god.
Oh my word, Rossi Sniper's so close to picking up a kill on the back end of things. But whilst we've got a moment of pause, Trouble, let's have a look at that scoreboard. Where are the points of power? Wonder, massive on the rumble with that Leandri's completed. Harbo looking big in the mid lane with the Rylai's Crystal Scepter, nearly going to be ticking over to level 11. AD carries actually relatively even as it stands once Humza gets a little bit more gold and completes that first item. Ruddy Sack, marginal gold advantage, but we've already seen in this series that means absolutely nothing.
However, this time around, it's on Wonder. And that was the same case in game number 1, and his Aatrox looked so dirty. I feel like this time around, you have to leverage the fact that Rumble is that far ahead. He has the power spike with the first item, getting towards the second one as well. And I feel like for Radisak, there's only one way to go about it in these team fights. Jankos needs to find a way to get onto Rusty Sniper, and then you dunk on them, leader on the Galio ult and Wonder's ultimate too, and try to assassinate Rusty Sniper. Once he's down, sure there's tankiness and sure there's some periodical damage coming through from Harbo on the Swain, but majority of the consistent hard AD damage is already gone if you manage to take Rusty Sniper down. Now, I didn't talk about the complications of everyone else standing around Rusty Sniper and defending him, but hey, listen, we'll look at the rainbows here.
Dragon just hitting the rift here. Second for Lightside, if they can pick it up. Oh, they've caught Harbo! They've caught Harbo, surely he's just dead. Doesn't even have time to pop the Demonic Ascension. Exquisite pick there from Ruddy Sack, and this all but secures the Dragon.
However, this is two very key ultimates, the Ashe ult and the Rumble ult. LLS are gonna take it slow, they're not gonna do anything silly, they do not have any vision whatsoever for setup in the river. They're gonna give that first Dragon over to Ruddy Sack. Well, first for them, that is. Bunch of pressure down bot lane from leader as well. That's exactly what you want to see. If you're a fan of Ruddy Sack, that's exactly what you want to see. Proactivity, using that Ashe arrow literally on cooldown and trying to pile it up with the red carpet coming in from Wonder's Rumble. 3, 1, and 2 currently pulling Hybrid out of the jungle as he heads to the top side, but that's a 4v1.
Yeah, but I like this from Lightside, right? They see the bot lane is lost and they just try and look for something on top lane. Maybe it's a little bit too much onto Wonder. Rusty Sniper doesn't quite have that damage yet, and Jankos is going to be able to catch him out, slap him on the head with a staff, and maybe look for a little bit more. Leo Lucago not mobile enough on the Rakan, and Ruddy Sack punish the overextension, punish the over-aggression from Lightside, and turn the play around.
I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point. LLS, the second they see champion, they engage champion. And Wonder was a very tasty bait. Has the shutdown as well. So they saw him, they engaged, they're like, ooh, maybe we can get some more money onto Rusty Sniper. They end up paying a few of their lives. Gonna lose a bunch of presence over in the mid lane as well, and get the top lane tower too.
Feeling a little bit more game 1 than game 2, and yeah, they just don't have the damage to take out Wonder.
I feel like they couldn't commit as well, right? They don't have the right key ultimates right there to dump onto Wonder. And once he stays alive and they see the rest of the gank, I just felt like there was an indecision right there. From the let's go all in was the let's all get the heck out. And that indecision right there allowed Ruddy Sack to re-engage and get the kills.
I feel like I shouldn't be as tired as I am in this game.
There's been a lot of a lot of deaths,
Yeah, there's
okay?
a lot of League of Legends is happening. We are getting value for money, if nothing else. Wonder, just backing away from the river there as Ruddy Sack, they do feel like they've got a bit more swagger, a bit more confidence in this game. And Lightside, whilst it looked good for them early on, their plans have definitely started to go awry. And Ruddy Sack are in a much more commanding position than they were this time last game.
Yeah, however, I'm seeing Hybrid on the bot side of the map. It doesn't look like LLS actually want to commit to that play. Again, these are a little bit the 50-50 plays that I've talked about. It feels like Oh, as Wonder TP's away because he feels like he's going to get dived over on the both side of the map. Very clever right there. Wasn't quite the case, but yeah. I felt like LLS kind of wasted time because I knew they were not necessarily contesting that Rift Herald, but also they weren't diving bot lane. So they kind of got caught in the in-between. And Wonder chose the safest option, which is to TP away from any imminent danger. On his way, Jankos is looking for us, the sniper. There is still flash onto this Caitlyn, but again, I feel like for Jankos, this is his one mission and one mission only this time around, to find Caitlyn over and over again in this one.
Well, essentially the Wukong becomes a Galio delivery system, and if that Galio is hitting onto... Oh, hello, Harbo's in danger here. Hasn't popped the ultimate quite yet. Is he going to use it? I don't think so. Accepts his fate, knows he's dead, and that's more gold going into Wonder's back pocket. Great news for Ruddy.
Yeah, and Galio delivered himself. Didn't anyone deliver him right there. Unfortunately for Leader, doesn't get anything in return. Potentially a tower. There's no one to defend the bot side of the map. 20 seconds still death timer onto Harbo. So this could be a pretty easy tower on the bottom of the map for Leader right there. A little bit of a tank for his troubles, if you will. Wasn't allowed to get a one assist on that death. However, 5-1 and 3 Riftmaker completed now for Wonder. And you know what? When he has to delay his raid timer, it's getting very freakishly serious, okay?
Yeah, no, this is... We are cutting into this man's recreational
Let's
activities.
get out of here. Yeah.
He wants to be done. Well, I'll tell you what, it's good news for Ruddy. They've found a reliable way to get advantages in games. Unfortunately, it involves playing towards a sub. Not sure how sustainable or consistent that strategy is going to be in series going forwards.
You gotta do what you gotta do. If that's the situation you're dealing with right now, hey, milk it. That's how it goes.
That's how it goes indeed. The match point would be a very much appreciated here from Ruddy. Lightside though, they've still got tools to find a play, to find a comeback, but they are nowhere near this mid lane tower. Ruddy Sack converging with 4 members, going to summon the Rift Herald as well. Leola Cargo potentially looking for a flank, but you just cannot fight this. It feels like each game we are getting a different Lundqvist Lightside. And this one doesn't look like it's going to be destroying the enemy Nexus anytime soon. Herald charge onto the mid lane tower. Ruddy Sack trying to get a little bit more. Wonder waiting on the side. There goes the Glacial Prison. In goes Highbridge, but there is no follow-up at all. And Lundqvist Lightside are retreating to their inhib tower, tail between their legs, with not much to do.
Again, Caitlyn doesn't have the range of Jhin, the ultimate. She doesn't have a way to CC unless the CC drops in first. And yeah, sure, there is so much to come. Hold on, Cargo in a bit of a pickle. He's getting out. If you change the CC from Sejuani and Amumu and Arkan, surely there's so much to go around. That's a pretty easy mercs on the side of Ruddy Sack. And pretty tanky, majority of them. And even if they're not, they've got Millie on their back. They've got Leader's Galio on their back as well. I feel like that that Wonder Man combo, where we just put everything into Rusty's basket, it works once because it happened with the champion and the circumstances and the range. Yeah. However, right now to keep doing it, I feel like Ruddy Sack really well read that situation.
It just felt like Lightside weren't able to play towards Rusty Sniper as much as they would have liked to in the early game. They find themselves in a position where, like, you've got a Caitlyn who doesn't really offer you much in terms of a differential versus the enemy AD carry, and when you're picking a champion that is so strong in lane and does work well in those situations, you almost need that lead in order for the champion to be worth as much as it should be at this point.
Again, as both of these teams prepare for the Atakan fight, it does come down to the lane priority, right? Get the strongest support. Let's not forget the 2 versus 2 that commenced. Literally level 1. Where Ruddy Sack's bot lane came up on top on that one. Right now, almost 2 items for that Ashe. Looking to 5 for Atakan. There is some vision established from the side of LLS, so they will have an idea the whereabouts of a few Ruddy Sack members.
They're looking for Leader. He's pretty damn tanky here on this Galio, especially when it's just magic damage that he has to deal against. Wankos going in, and Wonder burning them to pieces. What can you do if you're Lightside? The answer is absolutely nothing. 3 kills in the blink of an eye for the Ruddy Sack. And they are putting their stamp on this third game. Game 2 was a blip, but Game 3 is all Ruddy as it stands.
Leaders of Mimor is like, call an ambulance, but not for me, because everyone came to back him up. Fantastic patience from Jankos as well to wait until more players had walked into a red carpet that Wunder laid down, and this is going to be a voracious Atakan for the Ruddy sack. Mind you, right here, it won't last quite enough time for them to have it for Baron, but it will definitely force another team fight coming through. And let's watch this one more time. He was already pre-buffering his dash on the Galio, and then when the carpet goes down, that's when Jankos lays on the CC. Wunder flashes through with the flamethrower as well. Full heat. Fantastic stuff. Honestly, I cannot wait to see the damage chart from that Rumble. It's gonna look quite disgusting.
Very, very gross. Another
8,
fight
1, and
just
4.
like... Yeah, no, he's doing good. He is doing good. There's another fight there. If you're a Lightside fan that looked close to being good. Low health bars on Ruddy as they exited, but with each lost fight, the mountain that you need to climb becomes just that little bit taller. This Rumble becomes even harder to surmount. Jankos now 2 items as well. This Wukong is an absolute menace in the back lines.
Oh, Hums.
Leader's even picked himself up a measure. This Galio's not going to be doing insignificant damage either.
We're looking for Hums right there, potentially Jankos, but they do have the withdrawal from Atakan. All summoners up from Ash as well. They're looking now.
Oh. Curse of the Sad Mummy onto a Wukong clone. And Milio ult onto no one.
Fine, it still heals, even if there was no damage done.
Damage is being done to the structures of Lightsiders. Wunder needs to be very careful in the mid lane here. Slowed up by the Rylai's, getting a couple of Electro Harpoons. Of course, that withdrawal coming out clutches. Leo Cargo looking to defend this bot lane in Hib Tower, but there's only him and Winter here to try and save it. That's not going to work for you, buddy. A little bit too late on the Glacial Prison from Winter as Jankos takes him down. And we're scarcely 25 minutes in, and Ruddy Sack have already taken down a Lightside inhibitor. Highbridge probably glad that bandage toss did not quite connect, as this series just seems to be defined by which team can reset after the previous game and come back stronger.
Wunder drew 3 members' attention on that mid lane play, and he had the Atakan respawn, and he had TP on top of that. Not only was he keeping 3 members busy, he gets a withdrawal. If a fight breaks out and all 5 members of LLS are magically at the same point over again, he can TP back, help his team. That wasn't necessarily the case, but it did gain them enough time for them to take the entire bot side, together with Tower and Inhibitor. And Wunder is on a mission again, taking care of the top side of the map. Baron is the one being pinged from the side of Ruddy Sack, and give the second dragon away, you can establish some vision towards the top side of the map. This is what's gonna really help you break open those inhibitor towers.
Yeah.
Also,
Dragon Soul,
can I
not
give
going to be a
credit
win
where credit's due?
condition.
Sorry about that. Can I give credit where credit's due?
Yeah, of course you can.
I think Haslin got all his deaths out of his system. 0 deaths on this Milio. I tell you what. Milio is the one champion that I made diamond with. I love playing this champion.
Yeah.
But he's
Edvard
so
has been
easy to
subbed
die.
out.
He's so easy to die and get caught. And Haslin's positioning this time around has been superb. I've talked about this too much. TPs are being called in. Leo Leclerc was almost dead, and the Baron's going down.
Yeah, no, the Baron is pretty much already dead. There's no way Highbridge is going to be able to get in here for a steal. Surely not! Ooh, that was a close run thing, but it's no dice for Lightside. And honestly, Ruddy just doing what they want in this team fight. A triple kill for Wunder. Make that numero cuatro for the Ruddy Sack top lane. A Baron buff on their backs. Death timers stacked up. Leader pushing in the bot side. Ruddy Sack, they want to take this to match point right now.
And you thought Wunder was a sub? Wunder is the main character here. 12, 1, and 5 on this Rumble.
No shenanigans around killing the enemy Nexus this time. Ruddy Sack had a wobble, but they're the team entering Game 4 on match point.